about the economy, sir. What's your outlook on the economy next year? All good. Take a look. Go report it the right way.
President Biden blaming the media for America's frustrations with Bidenomics as a year-end poll reveals just 39% approve of his economic agenda. Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce joins us now.
Good morning.
Tammy, good morning to you. I have a feeling that people in the Biden White House heard that and said, oh no, that is not the message, because all good is not how Americans are feeling right now.
Yeah, so you heard two things there. You heard what they're saying privately, which is the media is not covering it right.
Yeah.
And that's his other mistake. It's like he's unedited, and that's kind of good sometimes, is that we learn what they're discussing. So they're complaining about the media, his team is. And on the other hand, he then says the line that he's supposed to say, which is everything's great. But the fact is, Americans know it's not, and they talk that it's about coverage. It also reveals that they're really out of touch with what the day-to-day life experience is. We think about inflation. Oh, inflation's down, but that's core inflation. Eliminating energy and food, which is what we experience on a day-to-day basis. Rents are up, like over 6%. Inflation itself, I think in January 21, it was below 2%. It is now above 3%. So clearly the answer for them, if I was advising them, but I'm not, is be honest. What Americans are frustrated at is being ignored through this kind of lying by omission about our day-to-day experience. So that's their problem. But they do believe if the media covered it right, that Americans, and this is the contempt, would just, we're like empty-headed zombies waiting to be told what to believe about our life experience. And that's not happening. Maybe you can do it about the Middle East because we're not there every day. Maybe you can do it about something else, about, global warming, which is you can't really define, but you can't do it about our pocketbooks.
Yeah, you can't tell Americans that everything is A-OK. When they're feeling it, they see the price of things at the grocery store. They see the cost of gas. And so you're right. I guess the best message that the president can give is, I understand your pain, and we're working on it. One of the areas, though, Tammy, that he is trying to chip away at is student loan debt. He's already canceled like $132 billion worth. And polling shows that young people don't think it's enough. So you could criticize the young folks there, but he's got a youth voter turnout problem.
Well, as a matter of fact, when polled, young people are now going not just to an alternative Democrat, but to Trump. Because while we've got a problem with what the education has done to them, about what they expect in life, and an entitlement issue in a sense, if somebody comes up and says, here, have this present, and then keeps doing it, you are going to start looking funny when it stops. So there is a problem there. But what we also know, some new statistics, is that even with the loan repayments beginning, millions of people have not started to pay. They've just kind of said, never mind.
Yeah.
So this is that kind of reversal or slack off when it comes to responsibilities, because the rhetoric they're hearing from the Democrats is, especially with forgiveness, is that I didn't get my money's worth. I deserve to be repaid. I deserve a refund. And that's what the Democrats have reinforced. And partly it is an effort to get those people to vote for them, like buying those votes. But young people also know that we've got problems in other areas.
So what do you think about Joe Manchin? Because he's on this listening tour, trying to see if there's, there's an appetite for love the listening tours.
Yeah,
there's an appetite for a third party. He's going to New Hampshire at this event called Politics and Eggs that a lot of presidential candidates go to. Do you think he's going to jump into the race? It's getting real late.
Well, it's hard to say. A lot of people, as we've seen, run for president because they get attention for their issues. They try to move the conversation in a certain direction. They know they're not going to be the nominee, but boy, it's fun. It's, in a way, it's like a pageant for politicians. So Manchin has got a problem when it comes to how he's perceived, I think. Being a politician is not just doing that job, as we know, rarely is it, but it is about the attention and about talking about the issues. I think that they've argued, oh, you'll be a spoiler if you enter into it. And this is the problem. He says, I've never been a spoiler in my life. Well, you need to look at reality, because he really would be. And then he has a new organization he's promoting, and this is an opportunity for that, about something about being for the middle, right? What do you want the middle for? The middle of the high inflation, or just not quite as high inflation? The Democrat policies are the problem. He still is a Democrat. And that's a problem for him.
Tammy, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to see you in person.
My pleasure. Thanks. Merry Christmas.
You're great.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.